Zachariyah, and I am here with Emily Dees Boulden from Pretty Wicked Moms, and we're doing our interview, and we're going to get it started. So, Emily, again, thank you so much for wanting to do the interview with me. I really appreciate it. Obviously, you know I'm like the biggest fan of Pretty Wicked Moms anyway.
But thanks for having me.
But yeah, just a couple of questions that I have, and then after my questions, we'll get to the fan questions because I got quite a few actually. But just one of my first questions was, what was it like to see yourself on television on the show?
I mean, I loved it, but that's no big shocker. It was fun. It was really fun. I guess I didn't realize how redneck I really am until I heard myself talk. But I mean, I kind of knew. But other than that, I mean, I loved it. It was fun. It really, I can't say a negative thing about it. Really, I mean, I liked it.
Okay.
And she liked it too. She thinks she's the new Dora. The white version, not the is it Latin American or I don't know the right word, but she's the new white Dora.
That's so funny. Well, because I know as far as the show, you and Nicole are like the breakout stars. So has your new fame affected your life anyway? Like, do you get noticed going somewhere or?
No, it hasn't. I've always thought I was famous. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding for all the haters that are watching this. No. No, it really hasn't. I mean, but honestly, I really kind of did always just, do it. I've always done what I wanted to do. I really never let people affect me either way. So no, it hasn't. I mean, not a thing has changed. And people recognize me, obviously notice me, want to take pictures with me. And so, sometimes people cry and I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? Like, I'm just this normal girl. Hold on. I'm not Angelina Jolie or anything, but no, it hasn't affected. I mean, just, how I've touched people and how they tell me I'm their role model and stuff, that's like, I'm like, oh God,
Right.
So other than that, no, it hasn't really affected me too much. I mean, it's just really, really fun and it's been a great experience.
Now, did you have any expectations going into the show? Like when you signed on, did you expect it to be a certain way or you have a certain image or anything like that?
No, I didn't know what to expect. All I knew was to keep it real and be myself, and that's what I did. And when knowing all the things that we filmed, we filmed so many cool things, that were in the show and that also did never make the cut. That I was all like, oh my God, why didn't they put this in there? Why didn't they put that in there? But that was I guess the biggest thing. But no.
Okay, well, and with you, just keeping it real and everything, do you feel like that some viewers couldn't really handle your realness?
Oh, absolutely. It's TV. Let's just be honest about it. Mm-hmm. So things have to kind of keep grab your attention or keep your attention. So there's always things that might have been said right after. Like I just say what I think, I've always kind of said walking diarrhea of the mouth, which is really a gross term, but it's true. And so I just say what I think. And sometimes, when I would say things and then, but at the end I'd be like, I'm just kidding or something like that. And it may not have made the cut pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So maybe, I think that's why in the beginning that people were like, oh my God, who is this? But when you get to know me, you laugh.
Right.
Because that's just me. Like, I'm just kidding all the time. Like, I'll be like, just like I told you a second ago, I've always thought I was famous. Well, now you know me, so I'm just being an idiot.
Right.
So, but, America at first didn't know what to think about me.
Okay. Now, I saw a lot of, when the show first came on and the episode started being aired, whatever, people were calling y'all grown-up mean girls. What do you have to say to people who actually use that term or call you guys that?
I really have to say, me and Nicole both, we hated that because I've never been known as a mean girl. I just kind of look at it like I'm very honest, and I'd rather someone give me honesty than sugar-coated bullshit.
Right.
So I mean, that's just the honest truth. And I've never been known as a mean girl at all. And like for some of the cast members, which we all know, the drama queen of the whole show, but all of that. Oh, they're bullies, and she was bullying me. That sort of stuff really, really pisses me off because I have seen what bullying really, really does to kids in school, and like some of I think I remember on the Ellen show they're showing that little gay guy that was bullied and ended up. I don't know if he was killed or killed himself. I can't remember that. I've heard so many horrible bullying stories. So to me, like when you say somebody playing with your dumbass wedding dress that you have in your house on display is bullying you, come on, like that's not bullying. That's called being miserable and having fun in a place that we were miserable and didn't want to be, and we wouldn't hurt anything. We were just being Emily and Nicole. We're idiots. We love to do things and have fun. We had no bad intentions, or we weren't trying to ruin anything, and we were just trying to make each other laugh because we were bored. If you want to be honest and tell the truth. So that whole bullying thing really rubs me the wrong way, and the mean girl thing because we're not that way.
Now, there were negative and positive comments. Were you offended by any of the comments that people were making, like on Twitter? Because I know on Twitter, people were going for you all kind of ways. So were you offended by any of those, or did you kind of just laugh it off?
I've always just, haters make you just more, they help make you famous. They just don't realize it. Mm-hmm. So, of course, sometimes, me, I'm not going to hold my tongue.
Right.
So, I would give it right back to them. But, that's just people being, and honestly, the reason why I'm able to be in this position and do this kind of stuff is because honestly, I eat it up. I like it. I like the people that love me and think I'm their role model and admire me to the people that hate me. I like the drama, just that kind of, because that's just what makes the world go round. Everyone has a different opinion.
Yeah,
but so it doesn't bother me. I like it. If you want me to tell you the truth. Because they're all so stupid and wrong, and you don't really know that. I think it's so funny when people go judging someone when they really don't know them,
Yeah. Do you regret anything that you did on the show?
Do what now?
Do you regret anything that you did on the show?
I don't. I try bad, but I don't. I don't regret one thing. I do regret. I will tell you this: the very first episode when I was in Swank, and I could tell that like I was in the situation where the girls were judging me at my Swank party. Remember that? And I said, "Oh, well, Ancy's Swank's my number one, and Amcy's my number two." Well, it just really shows the real me, like me saying like how I'm so misunderstood because I wasn't saying it like that way. I'm just so stupid. I was kind of meaning it to like she was my number one. She was the first in my life. But I'm so like blonde and I like don't explain things well. And then I realized what I had done and the way it had come out. So I realized how it bothered them. And so I love to just push. And so I was like, I'm just going to get under their skin. So, that's what I kind of mean about maybe there's some pieces afterward that didn't quite show everyone that,
right.
That's what keeps you interested. So.
Right. Well, as far as the cast as a whole, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, did you kind of know everyone before in some type of way before y'all started filming?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So now that the show's over, and I know there have been, seeing what they've said about you on TV, and then there was some Twitter drama. Who, besides Nicole, do you talk to on the cast or you in contact with?
Nicole Bennett and Meredith.
Okay.
I talked to them. We went to Disney on Ice this week on Monday night. I think it was Monday night. I can't remember. My nights are running together, but yeah. So I think it was Monday night. Yeah.
Okay. And so, do you run into any of the Miranda and Marcy? Do you run into them, or how was it if you do?
No, they both live outside of Atlanta, and I never see them.
Okay.
We run in big time different circles.
So, what has the show been like for your husband?
For my husband?
Uh-huh.
He loves it. He's been supportive and he's loved it, honestly. For a while he started, I would be like, hey, hold on a minute. We don't live in the TV. Like, you looked all fabulous on TV, but, I tell you what, he got the golden reputation on there. I was like, oh my God, I have been made out to be this awful mother, and you look like the shining star. Now, this is not reality, by the way. That might be the one thing I have to say is not reality. He would kill me for that. No, he wouldn't. But I mean, he came out smelling like a rose, is what I say to him all the time. I'm gonna get some real cameras in this house and let everyone see how it really is.
Okay, there were reports that an offer was made by the production team or whoever else to Kim Kardashian to join the show.
Yeah.
So was that like an official offer, or was it kind of just like a joke, or what was that?
No, we didn't. Obviously, Nicole and I didn't, offer that. We don't have the power to do that. We just heard about it, and it happened to be when we were out in LA. I guess Lifetime might have done it. I don't know. All I know is that we just heard about it as cast members, and then next thing you know, we're on OMG Insider and all this stuff, and they're asking us about it, and we're like, sure, come on. We didn't know. I mean, shoot, if you put Kim Kardashian on a show, it's going to be a success. So I was really wanting her to be on there.
But so. Have you, now I know that everyone's kind of, or at least the fans are waiting for news about a second season or what's going to happen with you guys. Have you heard anything about it at all, or anything you can share?
No, they just, I know that our, obviously everyone knows our ratings were pretty good. They were actually, I thought they were really good. This show, it in my opinion, it came off really strong in the beginning. And when you have children involved, that can really steer a lot of people one way or the other. And I know our name was very misunderstood in the beginning. Pretty Wicked Moms. People thought we were beating our kids and all kind of crazy crap. So, but in the end, it took a little bit of time for people to get invested into it. And then by word of mouth, we really grew toward the end. So, but I don't know anything about that. All we keep being told is they have a certain amount of time, and all we can do is wait. But I can tell you that you haven't seen the end of or the last of Emily and Nicole.
Okay.
And that's all I can leave you with today. I'm on that.
And obviously, this is a question that everyone wants to know, and I think everyone knows the answer to. But I'm going to ask you anyway. If there was a second season of Pretty Wicked Moms, would you be on board for it?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. I have a lot of things I want to say. I wish we had a reunion show.
Oh, I know, right? I was waiting for that. I was like, they totally need a reunion, because I feel like a lot of things during the season weren't said that I think will be said or would have been said at the reunion.
I would love another season. They just thought I was a mean girl the first time. We would have it would be a come to Jesus in this next one. Because there was just, I'm just so thankful that I can look back on all of it and be like, no matter what people thought about me, and this is just me in real life, and Nicole too, we kept it real, and we were never fake, and we never backstab people, and because that's not how we are. If I say something about you, I always say it to your face, and I kept it real from episode 1 to the very end. I said exactly what I thought about, let's say Miranda. Exactly what I thought about her. I've always said, that she was fake and two-faced. I told her to her face at the very end. Everything came full circle. And then I saw a lot of things about people that were really, but this way, someone would say this, and this, and then, with the next girl, it's just two-faced. It's women, it's drama. This is all there is to it.
So, with you and Miranda Night, I guess, speaking or getting along now, even after the show, has that affected Pete and his relationship with her husband?
Oh, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, they had it out before we ever aired.
Oh.
Yeah, because there was when Pretty Wicked Mom, and I'll tell it like it is on here, and I hope everyone watches, because this is the truth coming from my mouth, as it usually always does. Before the show was airing, the Pretty Wicked Moms Facebook page. They were like trying to get things going or whatever, just trying to get people involved, audience, whatever, before the show ever aired. And they would ask, some days they'd be like, well, who do you think would be a better mom to go home with a play date? I think it was, I can't even remember. This is how stupid, and it meant nothing to me, but whatever. would you rather your kid go on a play date with Nicole B or Miranda? Well, this is before anyone even. No, I would have said it. Said, would you rather go on a play date with Miranda or the non-hormone feeding? It was sort of like a little bit of a a little jab at Nicole Bennett. Not a jab, but like she's real healthy or whatever. And so, but it was like they didn't really say anything about Miranda and people were just jabbing at Nicole Bennett. And I think she's a great mom. Yeah, we disagree on things. Obviously, she doesn't give her kid Coke, and I do. Whoop-de-doo. But to each his own, and everyone can do what they want and be the mom like they want to be. But I went on there. Nicole and I had talked about it, but I went on because I wasn't able to comment on the stuff on anything on that page, which is odd. I didn't understand why. I was kind of blocked. So I was on my Emily and Nicole Facebook page, and I wrote, we'd rather go on a play date with my kid, rather go on a play date with Nicole B because she's more fun and her kid is so sweet and well behaved or something. That's all I said. No Lobo at Ledger. No offense. I just don't think about I wasn't being ugly. Never said his name. Never said anything about her. I was strictly giving Nicole Bennett a compliment. And of course, this is when it all began. It got taken as I was being ugly about Ledger and Miranda.
Okay.
So, I know. So Pete gets a phone call out of the blue or a text or something. It's like, dude, you need to get your wife. And Pete's like, what? And so Pete, he texts Pete, your wife is talking bad about my son on Facebook. And Pete's like, so Pete calls me immediately. He's like, Emily, what the hell did you do? I didn't even know what he's talking about. I'm like, there's no telling what I've done. I was like, honey, I don't know. I didn't even know what he was talking about. I didn't know if he found out I bought something and didn't know about it. What he was talking about. And so he was like, did you say something bad about Ledger? And I was like, what? I would never say. And I'm really glad that on every episode it showed how I never talked bad about that child one time. He is a kid. I've said that a million times. Children are going to do things that, you don't necessarily approve of, but at the end of the day, he's a child. Let him be. He'll grow out of this. He'll grow out of that. I'm not going to be mean to a child.
Right.
And so anyway, I would never say anything about that. So anyway, they spun it and tried to act like I said all this. So Pete ended up I finally figured out what he was talking about. And I showed him, I was like, babe, is this what you're talking about on Facebook? And I was like, why would I go on to something where everyone in the world can see it and talk bad about her kid before the show even starts and just try to stir up crowd? No, I wouldn't do that. I'm not an idiot, guys. And so, anyway, Pete looked at it and he wrote it back. He's like, dude, she didn't say anything bad about your kid. I'm sorry. And they had it out. And he was like, all right, bro, if you believe that. He's like, I don't have time for this kind of crap. Like, all they do is yang, yang, yang. They just want to yang, yang, yang. And we don't have time for that. We both own our own businesses. We aren't trying to deal with all that.
Right.
That's a bunch of stay-at-home folks stuff for us. That's what Lord, if you don't have anything to do, in my opinion.
Well, that's actually all the questions that I came up with. But I do have some fan questions, actually. I have a question from, and this is on Twitter, CBW Jazz Examiner wants to know what's the most annoying type of mother.
Oh, God. Helicopter moms. Do you know what that is?
No, what's a helicopter mom?
A helicopter mom is the hovering kind that just overanalyzes their kid, and then obviously they just become real frustrated and they just really want to do their own thing. And I can't stand that. Just let your kid be who they're going to be. Don't try to make them into something they're not going to be or you want them to be. I just feel like you should let somebody be who they are and support them no matter what.
Okay. Actually from the same person. What does it feel like, and we actually covered this when you were saying people were telling you were their role model. What does it feel like to be considered a role model to some people?
That's a huge honor, but it's also a lot to live up to. But I guess, it feels good because honestly, I've worked my butt off to be where I am today. And so, I do think I would be a good role model because I show that you can be a woman, a working woman, a working mom, and still achieve everything you want to do by hard work.
Okay. At Rachel Childers 5 wanted to know, where did you get the idea of naming your store Swank?
Well, I actually, it's funny. I was playing in a thesaurus. You should have seen that. And I kept it was on the computer obviously when I was like writing in, but I would write all these words that I always thought about a long time ago of like myself and what I would do if I had a store, trying to like think of like words, and it was all it Swanky and Swank kept popping up. And I mean, it popped up so much. I was like, "This has got to be it." And my redneck butt didn't even know. I was like, "Swank, what's that?" Because that was before the word was ever really popular. And so, anyway, that's how it came about. I loved it. I thought it was catchy. It was good. Go with it.
Okay. PWM Lover, which is actually one of the Pretty Wicked Mom fan accounts, wants to know, who is your fashion inspiration?
Oh God, I have so many. I love Victoria Beckham. I always have. I think she's fabulous. I mean, I'll just say her. But I have a lot. I just have a lot of them. There's so many. All the big designers. I mean, yeah, they're all mine. But I know obviously she's not. Well, she is a designer actually, but she's my celebrity, I guess, inspiration.
Okay. All right. Actually, I have one more question. I kind of skipped over. With being on the show and then having your store Swank, has that brought people into the store more with you being on television?
Yes, and a lot. Tons of people come in the store because obviously they now know of it and the publicity that it got, and then my website kills it. So I've been so thankful that I received all the traffic, and no matter what, this is what I've said this whole time, no matter what people thought about me, they can't ever say that I don't know my shit when it comes to fashion. You might not agree with me on the way I'm a mom, you might not agree with me on the way I talk and the things I say, but by God, you cannot judge me on the things I wear because I am with it. And I know my stuff.
Well, you know what? I have to give you that. You do. You do. I cannot, because I've been on the website a couple of times, and I was like, well, like, oh my God, all this stuff is so, I'm jealous, because now I want to wear some of this stuff, and I can't.
Well, you can.
Yeah, I'll wear it inside my house so nobody will see. That's what I'll do. But that's all the questions I have. I really, really, really thank you again. And you guys, of course, the interview will be on my YouTube channel. You can all subscribe. Don't forget to follow Emily on Twitter at Emily Dees Boulden. Visit swankatlanta.com. And thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I appreciate it.